So a lot of people love these little $35 radios, and I stayed away from them for years. Now, there are several reasons why I did, which I'll get into later in this video, but if you look around them, I mean, they're pretty much, not the best quality, but they work, which is why a lot of people have them. So this is the venerable BAOFENG UV5R, and here I have the UV5R with the extended BL5L battery, which I actually cannibalized from another radio to do a test. But what's unique about this one is I actually bought it from a site called TEMU. Oh, you never heard of them? Well, welcome to the internet.
The price of wireless Bluetooth has raised down to $259.
TEMU has been blanketing the internet with ads since its inception in 2022. I must admit, I actually tried them out, and despite all the warnings from people like Kim Commando and others who say that how it's Chinese spyware and all sorts of stuff, I kind of really didn't have a problem with them, except that they kept bombarding me with advertising. So maybe that Chinese spyware thing did have a bit of truth to it. But anyway, let's go and look into this one, because this one is actually a little different from the US versions. So I took the battery off, and if you look at the back, because the back is usually the first place that I like to look on these radios, you see here, dual band FM transceiver, UV5R, power 8 watts, voltage 7.4, frequency 136 to 174, and then 400 to 520. You got a serial number, and then you got an EWC number. You got ISO 9001, you got CE, which for Europe, and FCC for United States. But something is conspicuously missing from this radio. Yes, even though it has an FCC badge here, there is no FCC ID number, which probably tells me that this probably doesn't have one. But in any case, you see here, you don't see anything here that indicates that this is like a traditional BAOFENG that you'd get from Amazon, which makes me think this is probably a little different. It's probably a different build. Who knows? This comes with the standard set of BAOFENG features. You have the VFO/MR, so you can actually program this from the keypad. 14652. Right? And it's there. It has this cool blue display, and you can actually do like the tone burst for European repeaters in here. So you basically press the PTT, and then you press, I think it's the call button, and then it will do the 1750 tone burst. Has a keypad on the bottom here. It says UV5R. It doesn't say UV5R 8 watts. It just says UV5R, and everything else pretty much is identical to a US radio. Now, they do give you the standard accessories. They give you this AC adapter. They give you a US AC adapter. They gave me two for some reason, or I might have stolen it from another radio. They give you a cradle here, usual BAOFENG cradle, and they give you this AirSat here, which is kind of like an Agent Smith kind of dealio. So you do that. All right, but I want to put this on the spectrum analyzer because I felt that, maybe this is a cheap build that probably didn't do so good on the spurious emissions. Let's take a look. So a word about spurious emissions. Hi, Clawpod. A lot of YouTube ham channels now are doing spurious emissions tests with things like TinySA, and they're basically putting on a big attenuator and then doing a test. I've seen some glaringly wrong things on those, but that's for another video. And there are some things you need to look out for in the spurious emissions, and I've seen some channels pass radios that really didn't pass based on my observation of their testing. But let's go and see what I observed in my testing of this BAOFENG. All right, so here we have a spectrum analyzer I'm transmitting, and here you can see that it's very shockingly clean. There is absolutely no second, third harmonics. Well, except maybe a little one. You see a little one there. But it's like clean as like a Japanese radio. I know I tested other radios, other Chinese radios on there, And some of them performed pretty poorly, particularly on 2 meters. But this test was on 2 meters. 70 centimeters was the same thing, which kind of, is pretty good for me. I can now add this to my daily carry rotation without feeling guilty at all. So I'm pretty happy with it. And I was pretty surprised because I thought that for sure it would have had really bad spirits emissions. There are other radios, some of which I'm going to review, that have, some problems. Spoiler alert. But this one actually is a keeper. So I'm going to be keeping this and I'm going to be using this. I'll probably have it as a loaner radio or a backup radio or something from my Kenwood D74 or Yaesu FT70D, which are in my current carrier rotation. Pretty good. All right. If you want to get one, it's down below. There's a 2-pack, and I'll tell you how to look for the 2-pack. It's like $50, includes shipping. Whereas the ones on Amazon, the 8-watt ones on Amazon, are probably around the same price. They're probably about $25, $26. So same price, but this one actually has been tested. Okay. All right. Until next time, peace and 73.